So this weekend I went dowsing for a couple of hours very locally to where I live, and I discovered a female type 4 line, part of a pair, very close in a nearby village that went through two extra special locations that I'd like to share with you. The first was this spring that had been turned into an area of, shall we say, feminine devotion with this modern image of a goddess and spring. Amazingly, this was just a kilometre or so from where I live. I live at point 1, and where I found this was at point 2, and the next location that I want to show you is a church at point 2 in Nebovidi. But let's just go back to this beautiful location in the middle of the forest, sited on a female energy line. Not only have they put in place a goddess and a place to sit, but also quite a fancy spring and fountain type arrangement, and the birds were singing, and it truly was a magical place to be. However, as I followed this line, it was to take me to another even more magical place, this church. From this distance, this church looks nothing extraordinary, doesn't even look very ancient. But as it turned out, this church was first recorded in the 12th and 13th century. And when it was first built, it was dedicated to St. Catherine of Catherine and the Wheel. And this is something I've found, that churches laying on feminine lines are dedicated to female saints and vice versa. When I found this sign, this is when I realised I was onto something. And then I met two people who actually held the keys and invited me inside. We didn't have much time, but this is a piece of the original plaster left preserved before it was taken away to reveal this magnificent mural, which dates back to the 14th century and purports to represent the story of Catherine and other religious icons. Absolutely stunning, and an absolutely stunning atmosphere. The energy in this church was off scale. I could feel it on the back of my neck. Beautiful, beautiful wall paintings, which I need to go back sometime when the church is open for longer and study in more detail. Unfortunately, if you Google the church, there really isn't that much said about it. And it is really very much a secret, one that I've lived within a couple of kilometres to and never ever discovered. And this is why I like following the lines. It's always taking you to beautiful places, powerful spiritual places, and always a surprise. And here's another quick look at those ancient wall murals. Astounding, isn't it? I love following the web of wyrd.